Well, everybody, we got Coach Ross here of the Quad City Steamwheelers. Coach, we just got done with tryouts here.
Yeah.
What are your kind of thoughts over the tryouts, how it went today?
Oh, I'm good, man. I think we got guys that showed up, and I asked them to come show out, and we did. We had a great
Yeah,
group of guys, and very athletic guys. Were in shape. You know,
yeah.
usually when you get these kind of atmospheres, they're throwing up or or getting ready to pass out, and so we had a lot of guys who was out here getting much needed reps and more reps and more
Yeah,
reps. So it was fun.
yeah. And you got some determined guys too with the weather that just happened, obviously, last night. It kind
Yeah,
of struggled
absolutely.
some of
I
it.
was worried about that. The numbers that we had that all signed up, they didn't all show up because of the weather. But
Yeah,
the guys that did show up, I was happy they came out here. We ended up starting a little later just to see if we can get them to come in. But other than that, man, I'm so excited about how this season is already about to start off. With
yeah.
the tryouts and the guys that just showed up for this camp, we're going to sign a couple guys. So.
Isn't it crazy how we're already freaking
Yeah.
almost to time? Like, it just
I
seems
know.
like,
Usually our trial last year we did it in January, and I felt like it waited too long.
yeah,
But now December was kind of good, especially the NFL season's almost halfway through,
yeah.
almost
Oh
over,
my gosh,
so
yeah.
that feels good. So now it's like once that's over, then we're starting. So it's getting close, man. And, once we get to the end of that new year, it's right around the corner.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to interview some of your players that have played for you and stuff, and all I hear about is just the environment that is in it.
Yeah.
And so, what goes into when you're at this tryout? Kind of also not only balancing like, are you athletic enough? Can you play football
Yeah.
enough? But also, are you going to fit in my locker room? Because you
Mm.
got guys coming back like Joe Crawl, you got Keyshawn Moore, and you got Chima coming back.
Yeah.
What's it like to kind of balance that as well?
That's the fun part, in this game, and I don't know if I can curse.
You go ahead. Word.
So I think every coach likes an asshole, right?
Yeah.
So you got to have those, but the asshole also has to have a little character,
Yeah.
And so there's a difference. It's talk about, for me, it's almost called a switch. It's like turning the light switch on. I want you to be an animal. I want you to be a controlled animal on the football field when them lights are on.
Yeah.
We turn them off, you're a hell of a person,
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what we look like. We like to build that type of character, and I think people that care like being around people that care a lot. And
Yeah.
you get a team of guys that care about each other. The sky's the limit for what you can do as a staff and as a team. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what I look for. So I'm excited about the group that we have returning, but a lot of the guys that I'm on the phone with, talking to,
Yeah.
just finding out who they really are, so they can come and be a part of this, because this is a short season. You don't get paid a whole lot of money for this. So it's
Right.
really about the passion and the love, and so I want guys to care about and love the next man
Yeah.
to them, because they're gonna go out there and play for them.
How important is something like this to? So last season, you guys got off to an awesome start, and then the injury bug kind of caught up. How important is something like this to have guys on backup because you have
Yeah,
such a small roster?
it's very important, especially when you talk about asking guys, what part of the area they live in. Are you local? How many local guys did show up? Which is a great
Yeah.
showing of locals and guys that actually know about the Steamwheelers and actually know what's about. We came out here today, and guys know how to run routes from high motion,
Mm-hmm.
and know how to cover from high motion because they're watching it on
Yeah.
film and seeing it, so you can tell. So that's a great thing to have, and especially when you talk about the injury bug, which we want to knock on some wood somewhere.
Yeah.
We don't have that, because a lot of teams in this league every year struggle through that,
Yeah.
fight through that just to get to the playoffs. So I told the guys here, just because you're not getting the call right away, or you might not get the call for camp, you are in our Rolodex now.
Yeah.
So if you're staying in shape, doing the right things around, always checking in, then there's an opportunity to get a call.
And then how important, so not to pick him out specifically, but it was such a unique case. Like 69 was playing DB, and then he was also kicking some balls.
Yeah.
How important is it to show up to a tryout with just a wide bag of like,
Yeah.
hey, this is what I can do. This is where you can place me.
It's not too important, right? In this game, offensive lineman can play defense. Defensive line can play offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Not regularly, right?
Right.
But you have some DBs. Something happens, you might need a DB to play receiver. But as far as a DB and a kicker, that's rare. So
Yeah.
when he said he can do both, I told him to go to the position he wanted to make sure he was keen. He had a keen eye on him, and that was actually the DB. And
Yeah.
he actually looked good today. And then the kicking was actually pretty much a plus. I was shocked,
Yeah.
to be able to do both is a little rare. So,
Yeah.
but he actually can do it pretty good.
Yeah. It looked awesome kicking the
Yeah.
ball. I was watching. I was like, oh
always,
man.
I always say this. It always looks good
Yeah.
on air.
Yeah. Well, that and like
we got to see when we got people coming down on you and trying to block that field
Yeah,
goal.
yeah.
Can you
Oh,
get it
and
above them?
how many
So
people are like, yeah, I could probably kick the ball, and then he shows up and he's like,
yeah,
oh wait,
yeah,
yeah, he
that was
could actually,
shocking.
yeah,
Exactly.
kick a
So
little
like,
bit.
they
Well,
got to
Coach,
say kicker DB. Okay. Then today I was like, oh, okay.
yeah, yeah.
So
I guess it does happen.
yeah, exactly.
Well, Coach, I'm excited for the
Yeah.
season. I appreciate you being on.
Well,
So, yeah, like
absolutely,
I
man.
said,
Appreciate you having
yeah,
me.
thank
Appreciate it
you.
always.